Thank you, Presiding Officer. I would like to begin by joining colleagues in thanking Liam Kerr for securing this debate this evening. I'd also like to join colleagues in paying tribute and recognising the tremendous contribution that our Forces community has made, both in service and as veterans. And I have to confess that I'd only first come across Horseback UK, I believe it was in the debate we had in November, when Liam Kerr mentioned it. I believe he began to tell us an anecdote and kept us in suspense, which I think we're still waiting to later. Unfortunately, I'm unable to make it along to the reception this evening, but I wish him all the best for it. I'm really struck by some of the comments that have been made. I think it was Edward Mountain who spoke of horsecraft and engaging with the animal, being able to rebuild faith and inner being. And I think that's a very powerful way, certainly, to describe it. And I think there's a colleague mentioned earlier of forces when the return has been professions to look up to, not to look after. And there's something about reading and learning about the work of Horseback UK, which is their work that seems absolutely incredible and incredibly empowering as well. And one of the particular aspects of their work which I'm struck by is that veterans who come along to use the service can end up engaging and working with Horseback UK, and it's tremendous to see that the empowering nature of that of these opportunities that are provided. But particularly telling for me was the services that I understand are now providing to the wider community. I think particularly it was on their website described as children who are perhaps socially or academically marginalised. I think this speaks to the tremendous contribution that our Veterans and Forces community makes more widely across Scotland and in various communities. And certainly as an MSP in Renfrewshire, we obviously have Erskine nearby, which has been mentioned already, and also the newly opened Warblinded Centre at Hawkhead. Erskine has, I think it's a tremendous feature for people's lives right across the west of Scotland, and they have fantastic links with the local community. I certainly recall as someone who was musically engaged throughout high school every Christmas, having the opportunity to go out and perform for veterans in Erskine, which was a great honour and a great privilege that many students sought. And I think it speaks to the great partnership between veterans charities and the wider communities in the areas that they serve. And certainly I would also want to commend Erskine on their recently published strategy, which, while recognising some of the challenges that are faced, is very ambitious in adapting to the needs and demands of the veterans community moving forward. I'd also just want to recognise the fantastic Scottish Warblinded Centre opened at Hawkhead. This is in my colleague George Adams' constituency of Paisley. This is really a fantastic centre. It's providing advice and the use of specialist equipment, financial support, and helping people to increase their confidence in independent living. And I now have over 30 staff, some of whom are from my own constituency of Renfrewshire South, and having spoken with them, I know how much they value the opportunity and chance to work there and recognise tremendous work that goes on at the Hawkhead Centre. So I would just like to again thank Liam Kerr for bringing this important debate to the Parliament. And I'd also say it's great to be debating this in February, and I hope we have more opportunities, not just around Remembrance Sunday, to be recognising the fantastic contribution that both our veterans charities and our veterans community makes to Scotland. Thank you.
Thank you.